Happy Friday. So I tried doing a recording last week when I was dog sitting, and that did not work out very well. So I'm going to give it a whirl today. So we're going to begin in child's pose. So either bringing your big toes together or letting your knees be close or wide. We'll begin to walk ourselves forward. And just beginning to let your forehead rest on your mat or a fist here. Just beginning to take some full body breaths in and out through your nose. And then from here, we're going to extend our left arm forward and our right hand back. And walk your fingertips a little further away from one another. Keep your breath slow and easy. From here, we're going to walk our left hand in the torso over to the right, getting a lateral stretch. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. And begin to walk yourself back through neutral. Bring your knees close here, forehead close to your knees, interlace your hands on your low back. Reach your knuckles away from you. From here, we're coming into rabbit pose. So we'll begin to roll onto the crown of the head, and the arms might lift up and over. Let your hands return down to your low back. Roll back onto your forehead. Let your arms drape down by your sides. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Slow and easy does it here. Begin to walk your right hand forward. Turn your left palm down. Walk your fingertips a little further away from one another. From here, we'll walk our right hand over to the left, torso over to the left, getting a lateral stretch on the side body here. Deep full body breathing. Come on back through neutral with the torso. Bring your hands around onto your low back, interlace. Bring your forehead close to your knees. Lift your hips for rabbit pose. From here, release your hands down onto your low back. And then let your hands come all the way down to your mat. Roll back down onto your forehead. And come up into a seated position. So it could certainly be this thunderbolt pose that I'm demonstrating, or legs out in front, or crossed legs. Bring your hands around behind you. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart space here. Lift your sternum if it feels good to make a little bit of movement. By all means do. So we'll take one breath here. Come on back through neutral. And hinge forward back into child's pose. Let your arms come down by your sides. Palms can be up or down here. A few more full deep body breaths. As you inhale, come back into a kneeling position. Exhale here. Inhale, take your arms up and over. Relax your shoulders here. Let your right hand come onto your right leg. Lean over to your right. Come on back through neutral, both arms up, reaching through your fingertips and hugging in through your upper arm bones. Let your left hand come down. Right arm's coming up and over here. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Press down to come up. Let both of your hands
Come onto your mat, spread your fingertips out wide, draw your shoulder blades together here. We'll begin to make some big circles with the hips in one direction. Slow and easy does it. Taking the hips around in the other direction. Good, let's take one more round here. Spread your fingertips out wide, press them down and forward. Roll your toes under, sit your hips back. And let's just sway a little bit here, left and right. Open up the bottoms of your feet. From here, we're gonna make our way into our first downward facing dog, taking those hips back and up. Just beginning to pedal the legs a little bit here. Maybe moving to stillness, move in a way that feels natural and productive to you today. From here, come up onto your tiptoes, let your knees come down to your mat. Into table pose, draw your shoulder blades together, engage your abdominals, take your right leg back. Let your left arm float forward here. Energy in the leg and in the hand. Release your left hand down, hug your right knee in, bring it forward. Let's make some small circles in one direction with the hips here. And then take it around in the other direction. Slow and easy does it here. Pause in the center, press down through your foot and your shin. Inhale, rise up. Let's take opposite elbows here. Inhale, reach up through your elbows. Lots of space on your rib cage, your waistline. As we exhale, we're gonna rotate to the right. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Let your left arm come forward and your right arm come back. Keep your breath moving here. Let your left hand float down to the mat. Right arm comes up here. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. Begin to look down. Let your right hand come down. Slide your left knee, your back knee back just a little bit. And you might dial your right toes to the upper right hand corner of your mat or roll onto the pinky toe edge of the foot here. And again, just making a little more movement. Let's take one more breath here. Release the sole of your foot down. Let your hands frame your foot. Bring your right knee to meet your left knee. Roll your toes under. Press your hands down and forward. Bring yourself into downward facing dog. Come high up onto your tippy toes. Bring your knees down to the mat. Find your table pose. Shoulder blades are gently drawing together. Low abdominals engaged. Take your left leg back. Right arm forward. See if you can find some sweetness in the strength of this pose here. Keep your lips soft. Release your right hand down. Bring your left foot forward and we'll begin to make some circles here, slow and easy. Circles in one direction and some circles in the other direction. Letting that movement become stillness. Press down in your right shin, your left foot, sweep your arms up, and then cross your arms the way that doesn't feel natural this time. You might reach your elbows back a little further, really think about making a lot of space On the side waist, the rib cage. As you exhale, begin to rotate to your left. And inhale, come back to center. Breathing to the left. Breathing to center. One more time, just like this. Stay right here. Extend your right arm forward and your left arm back. Gazing out over your fingertips. Let your right hand come down to your mat. Left arm comes up, reaching up here. Look down towards your mat. Let both hands come inside of your left foot, your right knee, your back knee might go back now. You could dial the toes towards the upper left-hand corner or come onto the pinky toe edge of the foot. And again, if it feels good to make movement, make movement. If it feels good to be still, be still. And then from here, releasing that foot down, let your hands frame your foot. Bring your left knee to meet your right knee. Roll your toes under, take your hips back and up into downward facing dog here. From down dog, we're gonna come forward into high plank or low plank. This is high plank. Shoulder blades are still coming together. Low plank is knees down. So if you find yourself collapsing, I'm going to suggest that you bring your knees down and then if you're in high plank, go ahead and let your knees come down. Bring your toenails down. Think about bringing your thighs towards the mat. Open up your heart space here. Reach up through the crown of your head and keep breathing. And one more breath here. Take your hips back to your heels. Slow and easy does it. Inhale, come back forward into this inclined plank. Either stay here or roll your toes under. Come into high plank and downward facing dog. All right, from downward facing dog, we're going to bring our right foot forward. So you might take it up, hug it forward and through. Bring your right foot forward here. You can definitely drop your back knee down. As we inhale, we're going to come up. Sweep your arms up. Take opposite elbows here. Keep your gaze soft, breath smooth. Let's rotate to the right. And come on back to center. And rotate to your right. And center. And rotate to your right. Let your left arm come forward and your right arm come back. Good. Let your left hand come down, right arm comes up here. Begin to look down towards your mat. Let both hands come inside of your right foot here. Begin to soften your back knee down to the mat. Let your right hand come outside your right foot. We're coming into pigeon pose. So we're rocking our right foot over towards our left hand or thumb. Letting the knee come down. Keep your right foot flexed here. Walk yourself up. And begin to come forward. Take your time here. Maybe you steeple your hands to rest your forehead on. Keep breathing mindfully in and out through your nose here. So maybe you just snuggle up to your edge and notice that it will change. Not going beyond the edge, just coming right up to the edge, maybe peeking over the side. Begin to walk yourself up here nice and slow. We're gonna hinge onto our right hip. Let your left leg come out to the left. So we're bringing the right foot into the left leg here. Sitting tall, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, come forward. And keep breathing in and out through your nose. Begin to walk yourself up here. We're going to bring our left fingertips onto our left shin And take the right arm up high to the sky here, leaning over to the left, making some lateral movement through the body here. Press down to come up. Let both of your hands come onto the top of your mat. Transition yourself back into table pose here. Let's round our back like a cat. Come back through neutral, roll your toes under, take your hips back and up, downward facing down. From here, let's come forward, high or low plank. You decide, high or low plank. Squeeze your back body muscles, whichever position you've chosen to take. And if you're not already in low plank, go ahead. Let your knees come down, your toes come down, begin to bring your thighs, your pelvis towards the mat, broaden your collarbones, proud chest here, humble chin, reach up through the crown of your head. If this is too deep for you, come down lower. Your back will be a good indicator here. And let's move into table pose. Set your hips to your heels, relax. With your breath, come back into the table pose. Roll your toes under, hips back and up, down, back. Now this time we're going to take that left leg up. Bring it forward, bring it through in between your hands. On the ball mound of the back foot, sweep your arms up. Cross your elbows the other way this time. And begin to rotate to your left. And come back to neutral. Rotating to the left. And neutral. And one more time, rotate to the left. Let your right arm come forward. Your left arm comes back here. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. We'll let the right hand come down, left arm up. Both hands inside of your left foot here. Bring your back knee down. Left hand comes outside of the left foot. We're heel toeing our left foot over towards the right thumb. Keeping your left foot flexed. Lift up and come forward. Begin to walk yourself up nice and slow. We're going to hinge on to our left glute. That right leg's going to be out to the right. Left foot in the right thigh. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Allowing each inhalation to be inspiration, inspiring. Begin to walk yourself up nice and slow here. Let your right hand or fingertips come onto your right shin. We'll take this left arm up and over. From here, press down to come up. Extend both legs out in front here. And just a little up, down, side to side. Maybe some circling of the ankles, movement of the shoulders. Bend your knees. Bring your feet in close. Wrap your arms around your shins or here or here. Sit tall. Big breath and begin to round your back. Let your chin come in towards your throat. And gently engaging the navel in and up at the bottom of your exhales. And press down. We'll come up here. Heel toe your feet just about shoulders width apart here. Make your way to lying down, making it as much or as little work. You could have your hands down or a little more work here, rolling down, vertebra by vertebra. Resting on the center of the back of your head here. Lining up your heels with your sitting bones. Tuck your shoulder blades under you. And let's bend the elbows here. I'm taking my tailbone a little closer to my heels. We're going to come up and down into the bridge pose. So with your breath, lift your hips, squeeze your back body muscles, and come down. Slow and easy, mindful movement here. Pressing down in the parts of the body that are touching the floor. And just think about waving your spine here, waving your spine. Good. The next time that we are in the up position, we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. See if you can bring your chest a little closer to your chin. Sweep your arms up over your head, lift your heels. Begin to gently roll down your spine, one vertebra at a time. Let your heels come down. Take a moment here of active rest. And let's lift the feet, hug your knees in. Resting on the center of the back of your head, you might give a little sway or circling, or maybe some pulsing, a little combo of those things. What feels appropriate for your current condition. Good. From here, we're going to bring our left foot down to the floor with the knee bent. Hug your right knee in close. Let your left hand take the outside of your right knee. Let your right arm open out to the side. We're going to draw our right knee over to the left. That left leg will come down with it. And you might gaze to your right here. Keep relaxing your right shoulder blade and rib cage. Keep breathing mindfully in and out through your nose. One more breath here. Come on back to center. Hug your right knee. Take your hands around the back side of your right thigh, and we'll bend and straighten a few times. Just bending and straightening with your breath cycle. And the next time that your leg is extended, let's make a few circles here with the ankle in one direction and the other direction. Pointing and flexing is an option here as well. And we'll bring our right foot down to the mat with the knee bent. Hug your left knee. Good. From here, we're letting our right hand take the outside of the left knee. Left arm opens, and we're going to rotate to the right, gazing out over the left fingertips or up towards the ceiling. Relaxing your left shoulder blade, the left backside of your rib cage. Really relaxing where the twist initiates from. And the next cycle of breath, roll back onto your back. Hug this left leg in behind the thigh at the hamstring. And let's just begin to bend and straighten here a few times. Using our breath to determine when and how long we move. Next time that leg's extended, give that ankle a few rolls. One direction, the other direction. Again, pointing and flexing is an option. You could do a little combination of all of these things.
Stop in the center, hug that left knee in, hug your right knee in. Give yourself a good squeeze here. Maybe you bring your nose to your knees, hands could come to the feet. Slowly relax your shoulders, the back of your head here, and just begin to gently sway your head from left to right, massaging out the back of your head, your skull, your hair follicles, and then resting on the center of the back of your head, you might bring your chin in a little closer to your chest. Let your feet come down to your mat. So we're coming into final relaxation here, which you could stay with your knees bent. I have my feet about as wide as the mat, knees dropping in. That feels great for my back. That's where I'm going to stay. But you could certainly extend your legs if you like. Let your hands come to where it feels natural and comfortable for you. Soften or close your eyes here. Soften or close your eyes, which allows you the deepest level of comfort. Softening everything that's available for you to soften: your face, your shoulders, your glutes, your hips, thighs, legs, arms, torso, your abdominal cavity, your chest cavity. Relax your throat. And just allowing yourself to take up space and be heavy. Letting your attention move to your breath. When the attention wanders, as it will, come back and relax yourself physically just a bit more. And then come back to your breath. Mind wanders, go back to the body, and then come back to the breath. And staying here for as long as you like. If you're ready to transition, beginning to invite back some deeper breath, some gentle movements. So no wrong way to do this, just move in the way that feels good for you. You might even imagine you're just getting out of bed, where we don't even think about it, we just follow our body's lead. If you'd like to spend a little time resting on your side, absorbing how you feel, by all means. Eventually coming up to seated and remaining with your eyelids heavy or closed. And taking a few mindful breaths before you enter back into your day. Taking a moment here to thank yourself for getting yourself on your mat this morning. If you feel inclined to bring your hands to your heart center, to acknowledge the place within each other and of all beings that is of light, of love, of sweetness, and in truth. It's from that place in me to that place in you that I say namaste. Have a beautiful day.